Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today's focus is going to be on the cascades along with going around a curve, something like a circle. This will help you to, again, is continuing to practice to stabilize your footing on the foot pedal along with positioning your hands. And I'll also be providing a couple of just different little techniques in order for you to get through it. If you did not see the video last week on practicing the straight lines, definitely do so. I think it's a really good starting point before you do the circles and going around a curve. The techniques for each slightly different, but for this one it does get a little bit more complex since you're having to sink into that corner and pivoting. So that is what is on the menu for today. And then from there, we're gonna make a circle pillow because why not? Again, I am huge on learning while doing instead of learning everything all at once and then applying it later. So hopefully this helps strengthen your skills as you learn and as you obtain and practice versus, doing one and then the other. If you have any questions, definitely drop them down below. My name is Rebecca. If I did not introduce myself, welcome to the channel. If it's your first time, I'm happy to have you. If you are returning back, what's up? Welcome back. Without further ado, let's get started. So to begin, we are going to start off with the curved sheet. Just as before, we're going to line up the line to the needle underneath the presser foot. Put down your presser foot and use the hand wheel to slowly lower the needle into the sheet. Once it's in alignment, you can go ahead and start moving forward with your stitches. As you move into this curve, I want you to use your left hand to stabilize and slightly push towards the right, like towards the machine, in order to rotate the paper. The hand in the front, your right hand, will slowly guide it so that you can continue to follow the curvature of the stitches. The goal for this sheet is to be able to stay within those stitch lines and to be able to sew around the curve. This does take practice. Now, ideally, when you are sewing a garment, right, it's not going to be that tight of a circle. Especially if it's like a hem, the circle won't be as tight. Now, there are times where you are having to put decorative stitches onto the garment, so those may require a tighter of a circle of a stitch. But this stitch line, ideally when you're like working on a hem, it's just gonna seem like a straight line because the curvature around the body is just so wide, right? Or like a sleeve hem and so forth. But continue to practice this just so that you can get the hang of mastering the amount of speed that is needed in order for you to be comfortable to go around the curve while being true to the stitches and the lines that's there. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, definitely drop them down below. I am happy to help. You can also reach me through Etsy on my shop. There are a few sewing patterns there that are beginner friendly that would be to your benefit. Yeah, I am coming down with something, so excuse my voice if I sound a little bit funny. But this is what it looks like in the end. Always make sure you lift up that presser foot before you remove anything, because depending on the fabric, if it's lightweight, you can tear it. As you can see, there are some areas where I slightly shifted off of the stitch line, and that may happen for you too. Just make sure that it doesn't go so far away from the stitch line that, you know, you got like a whole quarter of an inch spacing. Again, this is just a practice sheet, so if you need to do some more practice on it, definitely do so. You can print out as many of these as you need and continue to practice them until you feel like you've mastered it. So just as before, we are gonna grab the Cascade sheet and continue on our practicing. This one we're gonna sew along the lines of the Cascades. Now, these Cascades are pretty tight, but it's no different than if you were to do it on fabric. The technique here is to stop every few stitches or so, since you're a beginner, and to sink your needle as always, pivot the document, or not the document, but your fabric, so that you are back into alignment to where you need to be. This takes practice for you to complete, so don't feel like you have to rush the process. I would definitely advise continuing practicing until you get the hang of it. I am used to this machine, but even though I will still sink my needle, lift my presser foot, slowly tilt the fabric or the paper so that I can get myself back into alignment, and then keep sewing. And you'll see me do this periodically just so that I can make sure that I am in alignment with the stitch lines. This one is the last one to practice, and it is because it is so difficult to do. I'm not gonna lie, it takes time to get it right, but keep practicing, don't give up, and you'll master it in no time. Now that you are done, it should look a little something like this. Though I've been sewing for a long time, there are still some areas that definitely need some improvement. It's not every day that I'm sewing to a cascade, or I'm sewing a cascade, so curving around those corners, y'all, I need some practice. But that's the whole purpose of this sheet, is to print it and to practice and to gain mastery over time. So please have grace in your sewing journey. You should always have grace with yourself, because where you are today is definitely not where you were yesterday. So have grace. That is all for today, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Next week we're gonna create an apron, and it will include literally everything that we've learned so far. Yeah, it is gonna be beautiful. So without further ado, like, share, comment down below, subscribe, all of the above. If you have any questions, I am happy to answer. Check out the Etsy shop. There are some beginner-friendly sewing patterns that you could probably do right now, because they don't require like anything complex like a zipper, especially for the kimono. So check it out. Oh, the promotion code right now is sew by 3, so definitely drop that in.